not those things, you feel that God is not for you. If you're a believer and you don't have a car, it seems as though God has forsaken you. If you're a believer, you're not married, don't have any issue, it's that God has forsaken you. But hear this today. The promise of the gospel isn't a perfect life of wealth. The promise of the gospel isn't a perfect life of health or gladness. Sometimes you will go through. Sometimes. A pastor was saying during the week that Jesus died because of poverty. We told him no, he did not die because of poverty. He died because of sin. That anybody who is poor is not born of God. I said, no, that's not the gospel. He came that he will save his people from their poverty. Is that the Bible? That he might save his people from their sin. He came to seek and to save the lost. The gospel of materialism has taken over the church today. And people are focused on how much they could get, what they can grab, and what they can steal. And because of that, they go out with compromise. They go out with corruption. But hear this. The gospel Jesus brought, the gospel he brought, isn't a perfect life of wealth. Isn't a perfect life of health. Isn't a perfect life of gladness. Does it mean that God doesn't prepare his people? He does. Does it mean that God doesn't heal? He does. Does it mean that God doesn't give gladness? He does. But there is a time in life you go through. Child of God, there is a time in life you may not have that money to pay that bill. It seems as though your creditors become an embarrass you, but God will show up. I have tested it and proved it that God will not forsake the righteous. So many are the afflictions of the wicked. I can't hear you. Many are the trouble of the wicked. Righteous. Many are the troubles of the righteous. But the Lord. Yes, there are many. But the Lord, yes, there are many, but the Lord delivered them from them all. There are many, but God delivered also from them all. Don't be afraid of trouble. My God will deliver you. Don't be afraid of sickness. My God will heal you. Don't be afraid of sorrow. My God will give you joy. Receive joy. Receive joy. Receive joy. In the name of Jesus. If anybody tells you you might not go through, it's a lie. Because Jesus went through. He went through Calvary. He went through Golgotha. He went through the cross. He even asked the Lord, Father, if it is possible, let this pass over me. Father said, no, you must go through it. If it's possible, I won't drink this cup. He said, no, you must drink this cup. There is a cup you must drink. And nobody will drink that for you. Your husband can't drink that for you. Your wife can't drink that for you. Your parents can't drink that for you. But in that situation, God will give you a way of escape. In the name of Jesus. When we face terrifying conflict, we will face harsh consequences. We will face tempting corruption. We will face difficult choices. We may have even crushing characters. But in the midst of all these valleys, God will see you through. Today's assurance says, God had formed me. God has created me. God